Hey everybody, it is Monday Madness, returning with Life is Strange, the final episode, episode 5, Polarized. I'm your host for this evening, Jonathan, and yeah, I have been really looking forward to finishing this game. Episode 4 really did a number on the old kind of leaving questions unanswered kind of deal. So before we dive into it, I suppose it's best to kind of, summarize and discuss what I want to do, or at least what kind of things I want from this episode. So the big takeaways from episode 4, first of all, were one, that Chloe seems to be dead. Now I say that, but it seems like we had two kind of like splitting timelines happening. One where you kind of stay in this alternate universe where Chloe is a quadriplegic. She has her father back, but she was the one to basically suffer a car crash in place of him, and we decided to euthanize her in that universe and somehow, come back to the old one and have the old Chloe back. Now I'm assuming, again I haven't gone back now to check, but I'm assuming that if we were to kind of leave it the way it is, it's possible that we would have stayed in the other timeline and see what happened there. But either way, it seemed that Chloe was due to die at some stage in that chapter. That's the first one. The second one is that we found Rachel's body. First of all, I just reminded myself of that, and found it in the junkyard. And throughout the whole thing, we've been suspecting that it's been Nathan that's been doing this, and we found a lot of evidence supporting that. We went into his room. We found a lot of very dark and sinister kind of material. A lot of snuff photography of girls in like bondage, or like death porn is another way of describing it. But all very grim and gruesome, and it was all pointing to him basically as the culprit. But it wasn't until we went to the Vortex party to try and confront Mr. Prescott did we get indications of the true culprit of this whole thing. We were there to try and warn Victoria because basically we had found a whole lot of files for the previous girls that went missing, and Victoria was the next one up. She had an empty file with her name on it. But ultimately, we did warn Victoria, which is good, but I don't think it did much of a difference because the culprit ultimately got to us first, and that culprit was Mr. Jefferson. Yeah, the photography teacher, who I've been slagging off since the start of the game. So he shot Chloe point blank in the head, so there's no chance Chloe is coming back by conventional means. She is dead, and we were drugged by Jefferson. So one would assume that we're going to find ourselves in the dark room where this kind of underground bunker underneath one of the Prescott's properties, and Jefferson is going to be there. The question is though, how are we going to get out? That's the first kind of like pressing issue here. But more of kind of overreaching things, there's a lot of questions ultimately that this episode is going to have to answer for me. As you can see in the title screen, there is a big ass storm on the way, and it's this kind of like tempest kind of deal is presumed to be our causing, considering all the other weather and bizarre scenes that we've seen are also presumably our responsibility. We've seen snow, eclipses, beach whales, and 2 moons. Now I found that to be the most telling of all, in the sense that we had the possibility of 2 timelines in that episode. So one would assume then that the 2 moons was an indication of that, of the 2 timelines kind of converging, because one of them does disappear towards the end, which again I'm assuming is the I suppose the converging of those 2 timelines. I mentioned this at the end of episode 4, but I'm just trying to remind myself of it just to be sure. So that's one thing, just kind of seeing how this whole kind of thing cleans up, because obviously it's to do with chaos theory and all the small things having larger consequences in the future. What do we need to do to basically rectify everything, how to fix everything? Because gone by that logic, it could be something very small in the past that we have to fix. The second thing I want to really discover is why Max has this power. Like, I want to see, because we never really got any outright justification in the first episode, or whenever we discovered it, about why do we have this power? Why are we the special ones? I'm sure we're going to find this out in the final episode, why we were the magic person, as it were. Obviously, it was inspired, in a sense, by, you know, Chloe getting shot. There's a butterfly motif for the whole thing. So once again, it's just kind of answering those questions with an outright plot-related answer. And obviously, since it's an episode 5, this is I expect this one to be at a very, very quick pace and very, very pulse-pounding, as it were. So I shall stop talking. So guys, sit back and enjoy, because this is going to be one hell of a ride, I'm sure. This is episode 5 of Life is Strange, and yeah, let's have fun. I shall keep quiet now for the for this.
Whoa! What did you find?
Rachel in the dark room, over and over. That's it.
We can't trust anybody except each other.
You know more about her than me.
No, you and Chloe think you know more than anybody, like all teenagers.
Oh, look. The Wonder Twins.
What are you doing in my dorm? You are so fucking dead!
Nathan is truly psychotic. I know he has something to do with Rachel missing.
Kate wasn't the first. All those binders are filled with other victims.
What are you doing here, Max?
Victoria has to be next.
What a lame gimmick.
Rachel, why is he putting her in the ground like that? Where?
The junkyard! Max, we have to find that spot now!
Rachel, what?
I'm sorry, Chloe. I'm so sorry.
I know you're close to Nathan, but your life is in serious danger. Nathan just texted me. He says there won't be any evidence left after he's done. Oh god, Max, look. She's still there. Oh, no. Chloe. Look how. What the fuck?
There you have it. The man responsible for it all. Mr. Jefferson. So yeah, it's been a thrill ride so far, and let's see what happens now. One would assume now we're at the mercy of Mr. Jefferson, so let's see. I believe that's one of the it's one of those kind of like light bouncers. So yeah, it's safe to say we're in the dark room. Yeah, there we go. In case there's any evidence enough. I am very intrigued to see how this is gonna go, because yeah, there's a lot of plot points now that needs to be wrapped up. There we are. So I see the fun times have already started before we got here. The question is, what does he have us doing? I don't recall seeing anyone else strapped to a chair, so what makes us so special? Oh hey, well, wow, Victoria's here as well. Shit. Anyone else here?
Chloe?
No,
What?
it's just us and Victoria.
It's a dark room.
And we can't go anywhere.
Is anybody out there? Please help!
It's not a good sign. Let's see. We have Victoria here.
Oh shit. Jefferson kidnaps Victoria too? This is so bad. Victoria. Wake up. Wake up.
You can't... I was about to say, you can't tell if she's breathing or not, but I guess that was evidence enough.
Help! Somebody help me!
There's no getting out of that, it seems.
These straps hurt.
Hey, we got somewhere.
Finally, I'm free. Almost.
Let's see if we can get it with our foot, maybe? Yes, we can. What do we got here?
I hate looking at myself like that. You'll pay for this, Jefferson.
That's us, eh? Oh, hey! That's a good idea.
I promised I would never go back in time like this again. But this is the only way.
Okay, have to try and focus now. Another one of our superpowers that we discovered at the end of episode 3. And we used then in episode 4, so... Just trying to find a sweet spot here. It's touch and precise. Here we go. Are we there? Nearly. I think we lost it there. It's kind of working, the way it's working is by kind of like musical cues and vibration. So it's just trying to, again, it's a touch and precise, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, Max.
Right, let's see what we find.
This angle highlights your purity, see? The slightly unconscious model is often the most open and honest. No vanity or posing, just pure expression. Oh, Christ. Look at that perfect face.
Hold that stare there! Stay still!
We thought he was a nice guy. How wrong we were.
Oh, Max! You fucked up my shot!
But please don't worry. We have all the time in the world. For now, I knew you were special the second I saw your first selfie. Yes, I still hate that word. But I love the purity of your own image. Not like Rachel, who was always looking in the wrong places. Poor Rachel. Wait. Let me try this angle.
Don't move!
This is very disturbing, isn't it?
Much better. Thanks, Max. If only Nathan could see this setup. He tried so hard. But you can't just throw a few subjects around and expect a cohesive style or theme. But he had an eye for shadows.
Nathan was
and
a
an
protege.
eye for a whole lot more. As his elite family will find out. Along with Arcadia Bay. Nice. Good. Oh, those eyes.
It's just too bad you're so goddamn nosy, Max.
But this room is under 24/7 surveillance, so all I had to do was text you from Nathan's phone. And you fell right into my hands. You really should have focused on schoolwork, not private detecting with your little friend.
Chloe.
Chloe, right. Yeah, I'm sorry that I killed... that Nathan killed her in self-defense.
Eh?
But she had a troubled history like most Arcadia Bay dropouts. Nobody will be surprised or care. Though I promise, people will care when you die tonight, Max. I wasn't lying when I said you have a gift. Okay. Now this looks good. Maybe a few more close-ups.
We're dying tonight, apparently.
Max, please do not move so much. I need you posed and framed my way. Maybe a new dose will calm you down. Now don't move or this will hurt much.
Well.
Stupid bitch! You just don't listen, do you? In fact, you never did hear much in my class. If you had, you might have seen all this coming. God damn, you are a fighter, though. I've had my eye on you, and I've noticed that you've been more fearless this week than maybe your whole life.
No.
Remember my #1 rule. Always take the shot.
Now we're back to a drugged up state. Right, so some interesting facets from that. First thing, looks like we are Nathan's accomplice there. Or sorry, Jefferson has Nathan as an accomplice. And seems to be trying to frame for it. Oh, so we have changed something. Very subtle, but
Jesus.
again...
I can't believe that happened. So sick.
So because of that then, I'm presuming he doesn't have any more... He doesn't have anything else for us to get. What about the camera?
I'd really like to smash that fancy camera into Jefferson's face.
Well, we might have an opportunity to do that.
I'm definitely more awake in this photo. I could try this one.
Well, there's a broken vial there. What's that?
Okay. I broke those vials when I kicked the trolley.
I see. So we're seen to be trying to like change the course of events through the pictures. I like that. I dig it.
This
It's like
might work.
it's a more like
Please work.
it's a more tame version of our of the previous time we did this. We were more reckless. Now we're more contained and disciplined. Nearly there. Sorry, it just went away from me there. There we go. Right, so let's see what we find out here. What else can we fuck up in your world, Jefferson?